Hold up, not so fast. Hey, and welcome back. We got a little bit of work to do before we get to that. So one thing I forgot to mention in last week's video was something about the scale here on the tailstock of the Rockwell. It's offset to the side, so it makes it easier for the operator to see, as opposed to this one on the south bend, which is on top. It can make it a little difficult sometimes. And I don't have a tool post yet, so I'm going to steal this one off of the south bend for the moment so that I can get the Rockwell running, and of course that's not going to work. So let's make one. And as you can see, there's plenty of adjustment there for tool height. Just need to take a few rough measurements so that I can get a piece of stock. Initially, I made the piece of stock exactly the same height as the space in the compound so that I could make those steps more accurately. And once I got the steps machined, I went back and took off about 10 thousandths so that it's sitting recessed in the compound. And after about 15 minutes of hand filing and fitting, well, I got a perfect fit. The exterior is still a bit rough, but it's not really important. What's important is the ledges, and the ledges are nice and smooth. Just removing the chips from the bottom of the tap before backing out. I went a little overboard on the countersink here. I should have used a larger one so that it would be flatter, it'd be wider instead of deeper. Some of you may have already spotted this problem. Now that we've got the mount made, what's going on here? Well, I can't rotate the tool post 360 because the way the compound is designed, it was made for a lantern type post, and there's a ledge right here. So it was never really designed for a quick change tool post. Now here's the quick easy way out is I have these, but their stack height is about 400 thousandths, and they're stainless, and it's two pieces of material. So let's do it the right way and make one piece. Just using my homemade parallel there to square off the tool post to the chuck. I know. I gotta make a chuck key. That's coming next. I gotta start somewhere. First chips, alright. So the machine was a little bit clunky and noisy because of the Reeves drive, which I haven't visited yet. So, you know, it took a while for it to warm up and everything to get happy. I had to make a gear adjustment, and I had to play around with feeds and speeds and different bits and yada yada yada. What I did find out is this lathe likes to go fast, which is awesome because my South Bend does not. And I do have a very slight vibration, And I think it has to do with the Reeves drive. So once I visit that, which I do have new belts for, I think that's going to go away and everything's going to be happy. So I don't feel any ridges at all in this, but if any of you really experienced machinist types can tell me why that looks like a record, I would be much appreciated. I think it's just tool bit flex, or possibly could be the vibration that I was talking about, but again, I don't feel anything, so it's really smooth and it cleaned up nicely with sandpaper very easy. So if you haven't noticed already, yes, I am short on some tooling. I don't have any mandrels. I know this is not the right way to do this, and I will say don't do this because it takes a while. You can only cut about 15 thousandths at a time, otherwise it'll catch and grab and it might try to unscrew on you. It'll loosen up on the chuck. Now the bolt looks all wobbly, but it's a cap screw and the backside of the bushing is flush against the jaws. So it is running true, but again, this is not the right way to do this. So I'm still getting used to operating this, and I did this several times, which was I forgot and put it in free spindle so I could spin the chuck around and didn't put it back in direct drive. So, and of course, this is just for sanding. I would never cut in this manner. The reason I was able to get away with using that bolt as a mandrel is that I drilled a 1/2 inch hole and the bolt was a 1/2 inch bolt, and it was such a tight fit that I actually had to hammer the bolt into the hole, but I actually need the hole to be 540 for clearance on the M14 stud, so of course I have to use the boring bar to finish it up. So there it is, all finished up with about 35 thousandths of clearance to the top of the compound, so I can position the tool post anywhere I'd like. And of course, I'll probably buy another tool post at some point, but for now, that's good enough. Thanks for watching.